Welcome to Robert Kiyosaki's The Business of the 21st Century. Robert Kiyosaki is recognized internationally as one of today's leading financial experts. The author of the best-selling Rich Dad, Poor Dad, his books have been translated into 51 languages in 109 countries and sold more than 28 million copies worldwide. Robert has spent his life educating people on how to attain financial freedom. Now, through this special video presentation, he explains why network marketing is indeed the business of the 21st century and how you can take advantage of its opportunities to create the life you desire.
This is how fast things are changing. This is the information age. If you're operating by old ideas, you're obsolete. Here I am in New York City, financial capital of the world, surrounded by millions of people, most of whom will spend their entire lives working hard for money, but will have very little to show for it at the end of their life.
How many people are pissed off?
I hate being told what to do.
You have to fail fast.
You can count on the government destroying the dollar.
All currencies have eventually gone to zero.
You cannot save your way to retirement.
If it's too complex for us, what do we have to do with our money? We have to give it to them.
I'm not buying it yet, but somebody is.
How bad do you want it? That's the question.
It's time to acquire.
An unfair advantage. What is an unfair advantage? What you're about to learn may just change your life.
The greatest opportunity in the history of mankind is here.
We're in the greatest economic change in the history of the world.
This is going to be the biggest wealth transfer in my lifetime.
We've got an entire society that has been built up over the years with the idea that financial institutions are a better place to put your money than to take control of your own life.
If you have a solid financial education, taxes, debt, inflation, and retirement can make you richer, not poorer.
The rich will get richer and the poor and middle class gone.
This really is a perfect financial storm.
So I am optimistic about the future. It's going to crash.
The next big economic boom will not be from the internet or China or India, but will be from empowering women.
A big part of success is failing so many times that you learn and learn and learn your lessons. Robert says all the time that if you're not being successful, it's because you're not making enough mistakes.
People think that cash is like a safe place to be, a place to park your purchasing power. And I think cash is the worst investment that you can have.
And if you follow an economist, you're in trouble.
Okay, you want to have barely enough income to survive if you're lucky. Go do 401ks, go do mutual funds, be my guest.
To change your financial life often involves changing your mindset. It really is where it starts, is the attitude, it's the mindset, it's the decision that you're going to, take responsibility for your own financial life. The very, very first step is you've got to select your dream, because taking control of your financial life starts with a dream. There's got to be a bigger purpose than just making money.
If you don't have something that is bigger than you, a dream, a huge dream, you're going to quit.
Your friends and who you hang out with, whether you're a child or whether you're an adult, will dictate your destiny and your future. And so you have to be picky and choose your surroundings very carefully.
It's creativity. It's brainstorming. It's being around like-minded people.
People have so many emotions attached to money. And it might be because of how their parents thought about money, or an experience they had around money that, they think it's evil, or they think rich people are bad people, and all of this stuff. But if you just break it down, money is just a tool to be used in this world. Everybody today uses money, like it or not.
The absolutely fastest way to put money in your pocket is to reduce your taxes.
I went to war to fight for capitalism. I fought for the freedom for a person like me who had nothing, to work hard, to use my brains, and to build a better life for myself and many other people. The problem isn't capitalism. The problem is laziness. People who expect something for nothing. The problem is greed. People who take more than they give. And the problem is ignorance, an education system that thinks that money is the root of all evil. It's ignorance, it's financial ignorance that has caused so much of this problem, not capital.
Knowledge is money.
The next thing I want to cover with you is one of the most important lessons my rich dad gave me, and it was called the cash flow quadrant. And what my rich dad explained to me is that there's 4 people in business. One are E's, employees. S stands for small business, self-employed, or specialist. B stands for big business, and I stands for investor. And the thing of note here is that most people who go to school are programmed for the E and the S side. For example, it was my poor dad who always said to me, son, go to school so you can get a nice, safe, secure job. And so my poor dad wanted me to be an employee. And since the time I was a kid, get a safe, secure job, steady paycheck, and benefits. Okay? I didn't want to be an employee. And I said, Mom and Dad, I want to be a rich man. And I fight with my dad. So my mother finally said, son, if you want to be rich, my mother was a registered nurse. And she said, if you want to be rich, the richest people I know are doctors. So my mom wanted me to come over here, be a specialist or a small business person. I said, there's only one problem with that, Mom. Doctors are really smart. And she says, you got a good point there. I'm not going to be a doctor. So I went to school. I have a Bachelor of Science degree. I can drive ships and I can fly planes. I flew for the Marine Corps. But I've never used any of that education because I wanted to become a business owner. So it was my rich dad who basically said to me, become a business owner and learn to be a professional investor. So one of the big differences here between these people is that it's called taxes. See, in 1943, in the U.S., the federal government passed a law that said employees had to pay tax before they got paid. So when you get your paycheck from your employer, you open it up, and voila, the government's always taken a sizable chunk of it. And the harder you work and the more money you make, the more money they take from you. So that's why it's not that good to be an employee, because you can never get ahead, because the more you work, more money you make, the greater they pay in taxes. Now, the doctors and lawyers and attorneys, accountants were all laughing, saying, oh, these guys, they're getting paying a lot of taxes. So naturally, the federal government changed the laws again. So in 1986 in the U.S., a thing called the 86 Tax Reform Act, and it basically took a lot of the benefits away from people who are self-employed, small business, doctors, and lawyers. So today in America, unfortunately, these guys pay the highest percentage in taxes. It is tragic. And a lot of people think they're investors, but what they're really doing is they're just giving their money to people like mutual funds, companies, and all that. So they're investing, but they're not really investors. See, the big tax breaks are on this side. The laws are pretty tight here, but this area is very, very gray. So by being a business owner on the right-hand side of the quadrant, you can make a lot more money and pay a smaller percentage of taxes legally. And the key word is legally. In the investor quadrant, it is possible to make millions of dollars and pay 0% taxes legally. But you've got to know the difference. So one of the beauties of business for the 21st century is it allows people to make the transition from the E and the S side to the B side especially. And so you can become a big business owner. And the difference between an S and a B, small business and big business, is most of these guys can't quit working. Most small business owners, if they stop working for more than a month, the business collapses. They don't really have a business. Most of these people own a job. So the beauty of business for the 21st century, it allows these people to make the transition to the B side so that you don't have to keep working hard for money, and the money can actually come in passively. Then once you have your business up and running, then I always recommend you then begin investing with your excess cash, paying less and less in taxes. And that's the reason the rich are getting richer. In this section, I want to talk to you about a different kind of quadrant. Years ago, I found out there was 4 kinds of people in the world. One type are people who must be right. These people know all the right answers. They went to school, they know everything. You can't tell them anything. This is not a good business for them because their minds are too set. Another kind of person is a person who must be comfortable. The house could be on fire, but they're still watching TV, eating a hot dog, watching what's going on in the world. These people are toast. because the world economy is not coming back. The world economy has moved on. And people who need to be comfortable will probably be left behind. So the people who need to be comfortable, you probably shouldn't talk to them because you only make them uncomfortable. And they're probably not going to make the move because number one priority is being comfortable. Another kind of person is a person who must be liked. You know, they want to please everybody. This is probably not the business for them either, you know, because they want somebody else's approval. They want to be the good little boy or girl saying, I did the right thing, didn't I? You like me, don't you? And so they'll probably not be successful in the 21st century because they'll probably want to be liked by people who have to be right, and people want to be comfortable. All right, good, be comfortable. All right, you're very right. You know, that's probably being liked. But the business for the people of the 21st century are people who must win. And that's where I am at. One of the best things I was taught in the Marine Corps and at military school is not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you stand up. When somebody knocks you back, what do? Oh, you hurt my feelings. You'll probably not be successful. The world will probably pass you by. Because as I said, the world economy is moved on. It's not coming back. So winners will win. But winning takes sacrifice. Success takes sacrifice. And these are the people who will do best in business of the 21st century. So when you're talking to people, you know, about this business, you have to look at them and ask yourself, is this person really just going to be liked and they'll tell you what you want to hear? Or they're going to argue with you because they know all the right answers? Or they're going to get very upset with you for disturbing them? So what you're looking for in the network marketing business are people who want to win. People who know the economy has moved on. You'll find every race, gender, age, and background in network marketing. But what they really want to do is they want to win. It really is a true playing field in the world, but not for these people. These people will be left behind. Network marketing is for people who want to win because network marketing is the business model of the future. If you want the government to take care of you, then just keep doing what you want to do. It is possible for everyone to win, but the problem is you've got to commit to it. You've got to say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to dedicate 5 years of my life. You want to look at the leaders and say, those are the people I want to be like. Those are the kinds of people I want to hang out with. That's what you got to say to yourself. And I want to help other people do what I want to do and win in life. And that's why I support network marketing, because it really is the business for the 21st century.